Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had so many questions. How do we record an episode? Where do we find background music? How do we get our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places that people like to listen? And where do we find advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. Anchor makes it simple to get up and running. You can upload and schedule your podcasts ahead of time. It publishes to all the major podcast platforms. You can easily check your stats. I could go on, but instead, why don't you go and get started? Go to anchor.fm/start to join the e-commerce minute and a diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. We can't wait to hear your podcast.
It's the e-commerce minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts Bart Mraz and John Suter. The e-commerce minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's the e-commerce minute for March 9th, 2018.
In today's episode, BuzzFeed partners with Walmart to sell kitchen goods.
Digital publisher BuzzFeed is expanding its e-commerce business by creating a line of its own cookware, which it will sell exclusively through Walmart. The retailer will begin selling dozens of Tasty branded tools at walmart.com and in-store. The products, which range in price from $4.44 to $99 and include spatulas, cooking sheets, and mixing bowls, will get dedicated shelf space at some 4,000 Walmart stores. The partnership is part of a diversification in business strategy for BuzzFeed. The publisher has had to diversify its revenue sources as online ads and a Facebook partnership have underperformed for the company. Walmart benefits from the partnership due to BuzzFeed's extensive digital reach, while BuzzFeed gets a portion of the retail sales in a deeper relationship with a strong retail partner. The Tasty branded kitchen products are made by Epoca International, a Boca Raton, Florida-based housewares manufacturer, which will give BuzzFeed a cut of the wholesale price, likely a single-digit percentage, each time a consumer buys one of its tools and gadgets. Ben Kaufman, who runs BuzzFeed's commerce group, says that Walmart will also reward BuzzFeed for particular transactions. It's not the first time BuzzFeed has sold kitchen gadgets. Last year, it started selling a $149 internet-connected Precision Smart cooktop from its own site. Kaufman says the company sold out of its first run and is making more. Kaufman states that the kitchen tools will make up about 25% of his commerce group's revenue this year, but the main driver for the group remains affiliate links to retailers, which reward the company when a user clicks on them or uses them to make a purchase. Tasty.
So the funny thing about BuzzFeed, I mean, they started making those tasty stuff, and then they started building that conductive thing, the heater. Did you ever see that thing?
Yeah, that's the cooktop. That's
what
I talked about.
So I started selling it, and it's just like it exploded. Those tasty reviews are amazing for them.
I think that's how this whole cookware thing took off, because they went, oh, wait a second.
There's something to this.
That's captive audience. I'm a fan of Tasty. I can't say that I've ever been a BuzzFeed fan, although some of their news is. I just recall when BuzzFeed first started, it was a little goofy. And now it's kind of hard to take hard news. It's kind of hard to get your hard news from a place called BuzzFeed, but it is what it is. That's the publishing.
I think. I mean, overall, if you really look at it, like, BuzzFeed it's in the name, right? It's just feed of buzz, whatever is going on in the world, and Tasty just kind of happened, and it's an amazing thing for them, I think. This is where it accidentally just showed how publishers should actually think about their stuff.
I would love to know. I would love to dig deeper to see how they stumbled upon the whole Tasty thing, because I, as someone who cooks, and I'm sure you agree with this, I love those videos because you can. I can absorb a whole recipe in less than 30 seconds because I know the basics of cooking. It's almost like, just get to the punchline. Like, I just want to see what it is. I want to see what goes in it. Give me the idea and I'll riff on it.
Right. I think for you and I, we can do it. I think that's what it took off, right? They're like, oh, it's another category for us to just show off as a video. And then just took off like crazy because people love it,
That's why it went viral, because it's easily shareable. Everybody's like always looking for new ideas for cooking. But I would love to know how I would love to see the origins of how Tasty came about. And I'll bet you it was just somebody that worked there said, hey, I got this idea. And it just You know, it's almost like how Google came up with the AdWords things. It was just like a little side thing somebody came up with, and now it's the core of their business. I kind of predict that this is going to be a bigger part of their business than just 25%.
Yeah, but it's also, you look at it. So I bet you the cooktop was probably, they're like, well, let's do these in the office, but we have nowhere to cook. So they're like, let's figure out cooktop, right? Like all of a sudden this becomes a thing.
Yeah, and they sold out. They probably did it just like a, you know, it's like, oh, it's just a promo thing, a throwaway. Like maybe we'll make a couple bucks on it, and boom, the thing sold out. So you never know. You really got to think about your content sometimes, and how it can be repurposed, and you never know what's going to go viral.
Exactly. And I've gave out, was it one holiday? I gave out those tasty cookbooks.
Yeah. The customized book. That was really cool. We actually just looked at that the other day. It's funny that you mentioned that.
And it looks like they're doing meal kits, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah, just look at their site. They have meal kits.
I'll have to check that out. All right. Pretty interesting. I think it's a good partnership. Let's see how this works out for BuzzFeed. Yeah, I really got nothing to say.
Let's cook nice, tasty food.
Let's cook some nice, tasty food. All right, that's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe, or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion, or just want to say hi, find us on social media @Sumo Heavy.